We're the Sunderkids.
Sup.
Yeah.
Welcome to Everyday
Everyday
Vibes with the
with the
Sunderkids. With
Sunderkids.
the Sunderkids.
With the Sunderkids. And welcome.
And welcome. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Matthew.
And
And we be vibing.
we be vibing. Dude, there's so much for Effingham being this
Yeah.
tiny little 12,000 person town. There's a hell of a lot happening in this
There's
wee
some
little town.
things doing things
There's
in
some
that
things
little
going down
town.
to the
Downtown.
river. Oh man. But so there is a speakeasy opening up below the
Oh,
exchange.
speakeasy, huh?
Yeah, it's a speakeasy.
Yeah.
And
Speakeasy.
this place is already like a WeWork place on the main floor, and then the top floor is lofts, and they're
Okay.
Airbnb'd. And I think there might
Okay.
be 2 apartments, but there's like a whole top floor, and the lofts were open, and I've never seen the lofts. And there's like a
And were they dope?
2-bedroom and a
Were they
1-bed.
good?
They were dope. The high ceilings, all brick.
Okay.
It's fucking sick. It used to be an old bank, so like you can go in the vault. That's where like the big conference room is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super sick in there. Like this whole WeWork space is fucking dope. Emily and I have worked a few days in there. It's amazing. So then the speakeasy is downstairs, and it
Oh.
is sick. It's
Now,
like,
is there
and
a
this was a
special
preview
password to get in
party.
there? Is there any like knock,
No,
knock,
not
knock,
yet.
and
Like
say the
everything's
secret
very
password?
ambiguous. They just did
Oh,
like a
okay.
preview party of like the visual, okay? And
Okay.
so this preview party is open to the public and fully free, and they advertise tastings and food, okay?
Okay.
And this is downtown. It is on a Friday. It is
So they're gonna
like
have some people.
they're gonna have some people. It's gonna be popping. So
It's
we
gonna be
ended up walking
popping.
from Joe Sips.
Okay.
Me, Emily, and Drew.
You had to check it out.
We of course we had to check it
Yeah.
out. And so we get there, we do hella tastings. I tried some tequilas and had these like shrimp tacos, but there was supposed
Shrimp
to be bacon
tacos.
wrapped dates in this other room, but they were gone. They were gone. And
Bacon wrapped dates?
I know.
Brittany.
That's the things I
Bacon
make.
wrapped dates?
I do that a lot. Stuff with goat cheese.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's a thing.
Oh yeah, I made them for
You know,
Friendsgiving this
you've
year, and they
never
went.
made them for me? What the hell, Brittany?
I don't know. I
We
guess
have
every time I have a Friendsgiving, I don't cook for home. That's not like
Yeah,
I don't
but
introduce a new dish. Like we just when we go with the
Brittany,
family
I
faves.
love dates and I love bacon. What
Oh
the
yeah, and I
fuck?
love the goat
I
cheese
feel like you're
inside.
holding out on me.
I'm
Like,
so
what else
sorry.
have
They're
you made?
fucking
Like, what?
dank.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah. Oh
bet.
yeah. I
I
make a
don't
lot of
know.
things. I make a lot of things. Yeah, we
God.
had a great Friendsgiving.
Okay, so they had dates, but they were gone
So
because
they
they were
were
obviously
gone,
so
sadly.
delicious, and I've
But
never tried one. But
we went
anyway,
at 6. We were gonna go at 5, and then we heard that it was like hella popping. So we were like maybe
oh, you
5:30,
gotta
and
go,
then we
gotta go,
just
gotta
like
go.
kept chilling at Joseph's.
It's time to
And
go.
then we were
Gotta
like,
go.
okay, let's just walk over. And so we get there, and I mean like line out the door, people coming in and out of that place, and it was still going like that. And it was 5 to 8 was the whole event. And so we get in there, and it's a small town, so everyone's seeing everybody, and they're all excited, and they're all walking around, but they're all like coagulating at certain points because they're all like, oh my god, I haven't seen you forever.
Of course,
And it's just like it felt just like
it's
rich
like
people, like the rich
yeah.
people are coming out to play. And so
Oh,
then they had all these tastes, like they had bourbon, they had rum, they had all the things, and then they had live music on the main floor. It was just this whole thing, and the whole setup in the basement is like kind of rock and brick, and yeah, it's just like it felt like stone and cement. It was just very freaking cool. But they had a lot of like private little like nooks, and it was
little
4 people
nooks.
max, and it was like going to be
Interesting.
benches.
That kind of okay. That's a
Very
small
tight
booth.
little booth, and they'd
Yeah,
have like jail bars on them, and like crazy
interesting.
doors on them, like metal, like these like bank things, crazy. And so it was
Crazy.
just like a sick setup, very small, but like big, small.
Big,
But I
small,
don't
in the
know
face.
if they're gonna have like food. We don't know if they're gonna be like membership based. That's like the word on the street. Like a club, you know what I
I
mean?
just wish it was truly
But I don't
like
think that that's the
every
go.
week you come up with a new handshake or a new password, and you tell it to one person that his whole job is to maintain the list and tell people the password of the week. And if you
Yeah,
get it
that'd be
wrong,
sick.
get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nope, you didn't hear that right. That was last week's, you know? But then it's
Yeah.
in charge of like a small, then it's just like truly a network, but it would only be a network of rich people. Like you would not,
Yeah, or who you
yeah,
spread it to.
yeah.
Depende. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how
Gotta know and be
speakeasy
to
it's
know.
gonna be. If like speakeasy is just the terminology for the type of drinks, like the raw types of
Yeah, the
drinks they're gonna have,
cocktails,
the
you know,
cocktails
the
with just like
cocktails.
bitters and egg whites and shit.
Maybe they're
But
just gonna be playing big bands, 20s music.
yeah, like I don't really, but they're like swanky. They're gonna do this swanky thing.
They're all
So
gonna
I'm
wear
very curious how it's
vests,
all
bow
gonna turn
ties.
out. But this was
It's gonna
just
be
the
like
preview party, so I wonder what like the grand opening is
gonna
going
be
to be
hipster.
like and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be cool.
So
It'll be cool. That sounds fun.
yeah, so
Yeah,
okay, so like
yeah.
that happened on Friday night, and then Saturday was the Fairy Fest.
The
And
Fairy Fest,
Effingham has a fairy
the
market day.
Effingham Fairy Fest.
Yes, hosted by Hazel Jane, which is a like crystal store downtown. Super
What a
dope.
great name for a crystal store.
Yeah, it's
Hazel
super cool.
Jane
Hazel
hosting
Jane
the Fairy Fest.
hosting the Fairy Fest. And so Hazel Jane is like 4 doors down from
Fantastic.
Joseph's. Okay. So we're on the
Okay.
same block. And so it goes on our whole like
So
street. So
you get the energy. It
we
radiates.
get
It radiates.
crushed with humans.
It's a vortex of energy.
Oh man, people will be swarming to Joseph's for some smoothies. They all want smoothies. Smoothie, frappe, smoothie, frappe. And so my job
Oh, if
was
there's a Pilates yoga place next to you, oh God. Watch out.
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
trifecta.
Yeah, no, there is not. So this had like tons of different like huts and markets and things like that, and they had a DJ out there, and like
Nice.
tons of people are selling stuff, all sorts of shit. You know, it's like art and I don't know, figurines, crocheting, you know, like your classic market. Then they had like a cotton candy stand. Then they had like 3 food trucks. There was a lot of good stuff, woodworking, jewelry, like
Nice.
really good things. And then our friend Laura, she always puts on like a kids place, and she had like a mommy time out. And
Mm,
so she'd like play with your kids for a bit, and she had like all
yeah.
these sensory things, and you could take things home. She had a typewriter, she had a dial-up phone, and she just had all these things, and kids could play with anything, and they would just go crazy. And Laura is just like a kid at heart.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nice.
she just knows how to do kids, man. This woman is amazing. So she puts this on, and that's always at like the end of the street, which is cool. So we go like hang out there. So in the morning, I'm like being Baker, right? I am like
Yep.
being Baker, getting the shit ready. We are ready for the people. But this starts at
Give me the
1
flour.
p.m.
Give me the
Okay.
soda.
So we usually have farmers market in the morning on Saturday, but it was a bit rainy. So it wasn't as busy, just kind of
Okay.
like a normal busy. Like it usually farmers market Saturday busy is fucking hellacious.
Yeah.
But
Way too
this
many.
was like, okay. When are we gonna
Always
see like
busy.
our big hit?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So um I bake off a ton of shit. Then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go help outside with the festy. That's part of my job. I got a walkie-talkie. I'm like helping people get to their places and then unload their cars really quick. Tell people, hey, I need you to unload this. And then we unload, they move on. And it's like, okay, who's next? What number are we going to?
Let's
Flag
go.
them down, put them in, all these things. So great. I'm helping with that. Awesome. We get that done by like noon. And so shop's
Okay.
doing pretty good. They don't need
Pretty
like
good.
my help. I'm kind of like the SOS person. So I start getting
Nice.
ready. I wear the most beautiful dress ever. I got it on Cider, and it's like fluorescent.
Wait, what? On what?
Cider is a website, and it has women's clothing.
Cider. Okay.
Cider, spelt the regular way. And oh, it's
So they
so
sell women's
good.
clothing and not cider.
Correct.
Wow, they must have paid a lot of money for that website domain.
Okay, you're probably right, but people have like their brand in front of cider.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't just have like
get it, but like,
cider.com.
you know,
But yeah, absolutely.
I don't expect
Definitely foreign.
wine.com to be selling wristwatches, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
You know,
Yeah, it's CIDER.
Apple.com doesn't sell ATVs.
It probably could. That's true. But so they pay a lot of money. They probably make a shit ton of money. They are,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Luxury
But they
brand,
went like
you're
big
buying
on
it.
TikTok. So I got a lot of
Okay.
targeted ads for cider. And then I went there and now I just like love their shit. So it's now my
Replacing
go-to like
Aldi's.
what?
It's replacing Aldi clothes.
Never replacing Aldi. I'm there too
in
late. I
conjunction.
gotta go on a Wednesday. Like
Yeah.
I saw the ad. Nicole sent the ad out, and it was like, okay, there's a skort. There's a skort, and I'm like,
What's a skort?
A skort. Oh, Matthew, it's a pair of shorts with a skirt front.
The tennis, is that like the tennis type of thing?
Yeah, but it's not like a skirt
athletic?
all the way around.
Oh, just the front?
Just the front. No. It's all of it. But I do like.
I hope it's all.
Wait,
Like, that just sounds like a bib over your crotch. Like, what is that? What's the point of that? Like, make it a skirt.
in my brain, and I'm so wrong right now. I'm so wrong right now. I'm like, wait.
Okay, shorts.
Okay, no. Okay, it's a whole skirt all the way around. LOL. But sometimes they have it look like it's a crossover in the front. That's what my mind was going to. It's a wrap around and kind of crossover in the front. Brittany. But yes, a skirt shorts. Like a tennis thing. I just shut you the fuck down. Like you were a dumb, fucking dumb bitch. FDB. But I'm the FDB right here.
Yeah.
So
sorry, Brittany.
because I got high. Anyways, so a skort. You know what a skort is.
Now I know what a skort is.
Now you know what it's not as well.
So, Brittany, you wanted to be scorting. You want to be scorting hard.
Oh my gosh.
But you got new skorts at Aldi.
Okay, but I didn't. I went to Aldi. I tried and I could not find a single skort. I didn't even know where they were on the shelf. They probably went, you have to go. They stock Wednesday morning and you have to go on Wednesday if you want that shit. I mean, truly. I think I went on a Thursday afternoon. Nothing.
Dumb move.
FTB.
Fucking
FTB.
no.
FTB. So that sucked dick. But but I got over it and I was like, you're right. Okay. You don't need this.
So you got a badass dress at Cider.
Yeah, I did.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
For Fairy Fest.
Hell yeah.
You were wearing that shit on point like a boss ass fairy bitch.
Oh, Matthew. Okay. So I had this dress, right? And it is like fluorescent blue with like a yellow green shimmer. Like it was like a fairy tale. And people loved it. And it had a lace kind of V-neck top. And then it had a little like pull in the back, like a little tie. And so had that on, right? Then I had wings, 3-section wings. 1, 2, 3. And they were like gold. They are gold.
Oh, look at those.
Fluorescent. This is like the color of my dress too. This like fluorescent-y, crazy bluish purple.
Are there any bugs that have the 3 wing stuff?
I have no idea.
Because we know dragonflies have the 4, and I would love to see some like fairy dragonfly wings.
Oh, that would be incredible.
I would wear that.
Yeah,
I'd
these
wear the
wings
shit out
are
of
the
those.
best thing. I found these
That's
on
pretty fun.
Amazon, and it came with some wands that Emily's kids were playing with. It was pretty cute.
Nice.
So I had these wings on, that dress, and then I wore my antlers.
The antlers.
Obby. And then those have
Yes.
flowers on them. And then I also wore my elf ears.
Nice.
And then I did turquoise eyeliner, just like deep, deep. And then I had sparkle
So,
eyes.
because
I
I know you
fucking
had
crushed
asked
it.
me if you should wear the antlers, and I was all for it.
Yeah,
Antlers
I did
and
it. I
fairy
put it
wings,
all
like,
together.
yeah, everything. Just
And I
why not?
got
And
quite
everybody
the good compliments, but
okay,
I was
everybody loved it.
literally the worst worker. I can't bend over. I kept getting caught in people's hair.
Yep.
My wings, like I'm already like a wide
Yeah.
butt, and we don't have space as it is. So we always call it
Yep.
like a moon landing, I guess, when you
Mhm.
butt to butt.
Moon landing.
And yeah.
That's pretty good.
And so, but then I have these freaking wings, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my
yeah.
God, I'm so sorry. So I'm like taking the wings on and off and whatever. And so I'd go from like coming inside, being on Reggie to be like, okay, let's go. One person just gets like coffee and tea, and like
Coffee and
random
tea.
stuff, like get them, do where you're just like taking the order. They just like stack it all up. Okay,
Okay.
great. But then Grace is like already on it. She's freaking boss. So she's just like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, you don't even need me. So I'd like touch and go. But then I'd go outside and I'd like walk around and I'm like, okay, we're good. Everything's vibing. And then I'd kind of like help with anything in the festival, but mainly just like hang out. And then, touch base with Emily. And then I got like time with the kids too. She'd be like, hey, can you watch them for a second? I'm like, yeah. So we go to the kids zone and I'm hanging out with two girls and it's just like super fun. And then it's like, hey, bling, bling, bling,
Bling,
bling.
bling.
So then I'd have to grab my phone and then I talked on the phone for a freaking long time. And then, you'd hang up all the kid things. So that was super
Yep.
fun. Fairy Fest was super lit and working the shop was great. It was busy all like afternoon, evening style. I'd say it probably
That's
calmed out like
cool.
6:45.
Yeah, it's tiring as fuck, but it's always very rewarding
Oh
and
yeah.
so fun. Just
And yeah,
fun.
I
Like, it's
loved
like the
being at the
fun work.
register in full outfit,
Yeah,
and Tay came full outfit looking
yeah,
amazing,
yeah.
and she was just barista looking amazing. I mean,
Yep.
oh, it was so good. It was so, 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 so good.
Like,
So
all the
Fairy
big events
Fest.
and stuff that I've
Oh,
had to
yeah.
do, it's always so exhausting, but,
Oh,
like,
yes.
I feed off the energy of the
Oh,
crowd,
yes.
and it was always very fun when we did Hempfest, when I worked
Yes.
at, Green Revolution, yes. So,
Except
because
when I went blind.
yeah,
Oh, God.
like, yeah, there was oh my
Oh,
gosh, just
God.
so many so, like, just so much public consumption of weed and so much smoke in the air, and I remember that one year, that was right when the smoke and the wildfires were happening up north. So,
Yes.
it was the craziest looking orange, deep red sunset, but I couldn't tell if it was just from the smoke of all the crowd
Of
or
the
if it was the actual
haze.
goddamn wildflower or
Yeah.
fires.
Dang.
It was the fires. But, yeah, it was always so much fun just, like, talking to all these people and having to do that, but then you're standing for 5 hours, and then you're like, oh, when you sit down, you're like, "Oh, man. Oh, god."
Yeah. Yeah, it takes it out,
I
and we're just,
I
like,
just did that.
running around, you, like, can't miss people. You don't wanna, like, lose tickets. You got a fuck ton
Yep.
of food to make. You got
Yeah, you don't wanna
drinks to
mess those
go.
up.
And people, and they're, like, 5 minutes in, they're like,
Uh, uh,
"So, oh, is that
"Sir,
mine?
I
Oh, is that
ordered
mine?"
is it
And it's
yeah."
like, "No. What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, yep, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming."
That's why I do like the numbered system, when they do it, like, so much. Oh, 870 and I'm 900 and something, I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah, I got
I
time.
got it."
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But then
all
some things, like,
chill.
pop out early, which is, like, a nice surprise,
Exactly,
like
exactly.
nuggies or something. It's, like, one little thing and we
Yeah.
order one thing when we go somewhere, so
So
it's pretty
on
quick.
Sunday, I had our in-service, and it was a big,
Okay.
long one. We had 5 hours, and
Mm.
so part of it was getting them food and then, like, going through the rest of the stuff. So,
Okay.
I go to Costco, and I put in an order, and there's hella people at Costco. Obviously, it's the
Yeah.
Costco in South Center.
Okay.
But I'm going to the cafeteria getting some Zaws.
Yeah,
I put in an
nice.
order for 5 pizzas, and I'm like, oh God, am I gonna have to wait here like 20 minutes? Like, I'm looking at my watch, like, oh man, if I get there, like, how much time do I have
Yeah.
until the in-service is over, and then I have to pay them more? Like, what? So luckily it was pretty fast.
Quick.
It
Oh,
was just like
Costco.
because they had like this guy doing the full Zaws, this guy getting the rest of
Nice
the everything else
slices
with the
and stuff
slices,
and
the slice and
yeah,
dice.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
haven't had a Zaw in a hot
it was
minute.
good.
I've been craving Zaw.
I so yeah
How
for a
was it?
long. It's excellent pizza.
Yeah,
It is excellent pizza,
it is.
especially right fresh.
Mm,
It was fantastic.
mm.
The next 2 days, or in the next day on Monday, I ate the rest of it that was left over. I originally was going to get 4, but then I decided to get 5, and that
Mm.
was the move
Good.
because it was only a half a pizza left by the time all those teenagers got to it.
Damn.
It was carnage. It was like piranhas
Yeah.
on a piece of meat. It was
Zaw,
crazy.
man.
Yeah. But last year I stopped because this oven, sucks. My oven in my apartment sucks because I
Still?
don't. Well, no, it now holds the correct temperature. However, it does not have a window or a light or anything. So to see inside to check on
You
something,
gotta correct
I
it.
have to open it, and whenever I open it, then that releases heat into my apartment that doesn't have AC. So in the summer, I ain't using my oven. Like, are you
Heard.
crazy?
Yeah.
Like, it's so hot.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So
No.
I basically gave up eating pizzas for a long while because I didn't make anything in my oven. Yep. And then I
Yeah.
couldn't really afford to go get a pizza.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but now working at the pool, Amy, our accountant, she'll grab some pizzas from her son's elementary school or something like that, and then bring them to the pool on Fridays. Now that school's out, that's no longer a thing. That was my Friday
Dang.
Zaws. I've been now
Friday
eating a bunch of
Zaws.
za. Yeah, yeah. It's now crept its way back into my diet, and I was like,
Oh
man,
man.
I literally did not have this much cheese. But it is most of my staff is Islamic, so they can't have the pork in pepperoni,
Oh,
so it's only cheese pizza. Yeah,
which yum.
which yum.
Yeah,
Which I
your
always like.
cup of
I
tea.
don't get why people don't like this because it just like it's more
It's so
cheese,
good.
and
Yeah,
it's just like
I
you just
agree.
get cheese.
That's if
Like
anyone
with
orders pizza and they order all the flavors, I go straight for cheese.
yeah, like I just want the cheese,
I just
dog.
want the cheese.
I
And
just want the
maybe I might
cheese.
be craving pep, but sometimes I crave sausage. I feel like sausage is kind of underrated.
I
Um
like Canadian bacon. Like that's always a good
oh,
one for me.
interesting. Hot
I
take.
always love
Weird.
Canadian bacon.
I
But
just
my
want
my
cream cheese and
go-to
pineapple
my go-to
with
Domino's, as
hot
you
honey.
know, is the oh my gosh, hot honey, is the spinach and feta.
Yeah, that one slaps.
That one is so good, and
It's
now I've
so
introduced
good.
that to my staff,
Ah,
and they're like, "Oh my gosh," because 'cause I'm like,
oh,
"Yeah, it's just
good.
cheese and spinach and some
Ah,
onion. You guys can have this."
it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh,
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
white sauce too, creamy white
Uh,
sauce.
mm, 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 mm.
Oh, that
Yum,
sounds
yum, yum, yum,
so
yum, yum, yum,
goddamn
yum, yum.
good.
Yeah, but
But I
I
gotta
now I can't
save money for Guatemala.
exactly. Like, pizza is kind of expensive,
Oh,
but
it
the
is kind of
Costco
expensive.
pizzas are $10.
That is lovely.
Great,
That is amazing.
great, great,
Great. Well,
great. Yeah.
Costco's like an hour away.
Oh, yeah. No.
Eh, yeah, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
thanks.
And Costco cafes open to all, yes?
Yes, indeed. But I still stole one of my lifeguards' Costco card just
Oh,
in case,
just in
um,
case.
because Brad didn't have his Costco card on him. Um,
Hmm.
but that was a okay.
Good.
But yeah, so this past weekend, I went around to a couple parks. I went to
Did you
Discovery Park and
now?
Park.
Car
Yes,
cake. Did you
Park
take pictures of the
Geek.
piano
I
keys?
did indeed. I had to.
Oh,
That was the main reason I went.
good,
So,
good, good, good.
but in order at Car Geek to get the good same photo that I have for my playing cards, because again, my project here is to take pictures of all of the parks and recreational places for my Seattle playing cards that I
Yes,
designed.
yes.
So I own the copyright. But the nice photo that I used for Car Geek doesn't have anybody there on the beach.
Mm,
So it's just this nice log, and the log is still there,
mm.
but there's just a bunch of people, and I didn't want to just start taking photos up close of people
Yeah, that's
sitting
true.
in
That's
front of a
good.
thing without getting their permission.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I was like, I'm just gonna take
Understood.
these photos. It's fine. And
It's
I'm like looking at
fine.
the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be like
Look at
twilight,
the
and
time.
well, it's like 9:45 and it's still twilight out, and
PM.
yeah, it's getting to be like the 10 p.m. It's
Dang, I
June
missed that.
13th. It's only a
P
week
and
from the
dubs.
solstice. It's 10
Correct.
o'clock where it's twilight still. It's
Mm,
insane. And I feel bad for going to bed early,
I
and
know. I
wasting
go
it.
to bed and the
And
sky's
then
so pretty.
in this the sun actually now wakes me up at 5:45.
Dang.
Yeah. So I have a very janky, piece of cardboard that has wooden rulers taped to it, and that is what blocks out the sun in my room. But that has a little curve in it because the wind comes through my open window, and then that means I get some light that then peeps right into my face whenever the sun comes up. So
And
on
you
rainy
like
days,
that.
yes and no. It does wake me up with the sun, and that's a blessing and a
Because
curse.
an eye mask is quite lovely.
Yeah, and I just don't know where I put mine, and I'm too stubborn to buy another one.
Oh my god.
So
All right.
sometimes I'll throw
It'll
a
change
thing
in
over
life.
there. Yeah, but also it's time to get up.
Sure. Sure.
Sure.
Speaking of morning routine, okay, so I have
Yeah.
elongated mine in the sense
Elongated.
of I now set my alarm for 5:23.
5:23.
5:23.
Why the
And
3?
I don't know, because I thought 5, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I always do intervals of 5. So
oh,
like,
I am literally all over the board. If you could see the amount of alarms I have and how random the
yeah.
numbers are, but I will like calculate the
Like
time
I've
that I
never done a
need, and
3,
then there
4,
it's
2,
like,
1,
but it's like the
6, 7,
perfect
8.
amount of
Right.
time that I actually need to do exactly what
Which
I
is
want.
great that you got it dialed in. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
dialed.
that would drive me insane.
Oh, okay,
Like
cool.
setting an alarm for 1:17, or like, you know what? Like that's insane.
Oh yeah.
It would be at a 15 or 20. Like what the fuck?
Oh no, like 333, 444, 222, 111, and then like yeah,
Yeah.
121,
That
118.
that
They're all
hurts
like
my
3
brain.
minutes and 8 minutes
That hurts my
apart.
brain.
Mm.
That fucks with me
And I
hard.
just have like a list of all these
No.
alarms.
No, it's 5-minute intervals, and that is it for me. Holy shit. You're fucking
Wow.
with my head.
Yeah, you should see a video of it. Anyways, so 5:23 I wake up
Okay.
and I am,
That's
up.
weird.
And
Sorry.
get off my
It's
deck.
sorry, it's all
One
good.
time I did
Anyway,
5:25 and I thought it was like
yeah,
too
that's great.
intense. Like it
So 5:23 is
like, like those are some strong numbers. I
softer.
need like a
It's softer.
5:23. Yeah, it is
It's a
softer.
soft wake up.
It is. It like
Okay, I got it.
builds.
I got it. I
You know what I
got it.
mean?
Sorry,
There's
I'll get off.
some scary numbers.
Let me
Get off
hop
my
right off the
dick.
back. I was gonna say
Okay.
back.
Oh, you're nice. Okay, so I get up. I like pee, get my life together, and walk out that door.
Walk out. Oh,
Walk
okay.
out. And
Do you put clothes on before you do that, or
depends on the day.
okay?
Yeah, it's
It's
been chilly
5:23 in
in
the
the
morning. I
morning.
don't
It's
know.
like 57 degree. The other day was like 49 in the morning. I knew it was chilly and I was not prepared for that. But that was okay. But I just wear a t-shirt and like a long sleeve over it, and then leggings and tennies. And so I either go to the right or to the left, and I kind of just like weave in and out of the neighborhood. But some days I've like trying to do this, right? Going to Guatemala, hiking with Dal. I
Yeah,
need I
you
need
gotta
to get
get
my
in
shit together.
shape.
So
You're in
at
training,
least like
dog. You're in
cardio,
training.
and I'm like
Yeah,
putting my breathing on. And so walking all around. And so um making it a routine. And now I have gone frothing with Drew in the morning one time. Drew
and
came with me on a walk with me one time. It was
how'd
so
you do on the
great.
frothing though?
Oh, it was not too great in the morning. I was pretty not good, but it was like starting to rain.
You,
We got a little
yeah, it's
bit of
nothing. And
drizzle,
yeah, it's fun.
which was a fun morning. We
Yeah,
just kind of got drizzled on, and it was a Saturday morning, so we didn't work until 9. So it was actually a 7 a.m. run. It was a good, but
that was
I'm
really
trying to
good.
do like shit in the morning, walk or do something. So one day we'll go swimming at the lake once it gets a little bit warmer,
Nice.
because he lives out at the lake, so I can go out there someday. But so that's been nice. So I've just been, and then I walked with Katie one of the days. And so that was nice. I like walking with Katie too. This bitch just like can walk. She
Nice.
walks. Drew does too. Drew has really long legs. And I'm like, God. But I walk, you know how I
Yeah.
walk. And so I think he might be trying to catch up with me. I can't decide if I'm
Yeah.
like, who's catching who.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got long legs, but I'm just
You're a
like,
workhorse.
yeah, I am. So we like walked the big cemetery just up and down these hills. I love a good cemetery in the morning. Found a new part of the cemetery I've never been to. I didn't really realize it kind of like curved around this other way. So that was sick. But so yeah, that feels good. And yeah, it's like
Nice.
even if I don't make it outside, it's like still 5:23. Like let's make this
Yeah,
a
you
habit.
got plenty of stuff.
And I
And
do
it's
like
like light out.
last call at 8 p.m. It used to be a 9 p.m. last call, meaning last call Netflix episode, but max 40 minutes long. So if it's over that, it's a nay. But if it's under that,
Yeah.
let's go. Usually I try to keep it around like 25-30, like a
Yeah.
keepo. I throw in a keepo every now and then, but tonight's going to be Bridgerton. I'm going to break that law a little bit. But that's okay. So trying to do
Understandable. It's
last call
Bridgerton
at 8,
season, second
and like I
part.
have
It's out.
been like brushing my teeth 8:45, eyes
Good.
out at 9, and then
I'm right
up at
there with you.
5:25,
Yeah. Yeah.
5:23
Like yeah.
specifically.
Yeah. Like
Feels
like
amazeballs.
I've been doing like the 9:30s, but like if there's
Yeah.
no light, if it's cloudy,
Yeah.
that means I can go to bed at 9.
Yeah.
That is
Early evening.
that is great.
That feels nice.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sleep is so
Like
good.
I don't understand why like other people don't get it for sleep.
Mm.
Like you just need to put in the hours. Like I literally said with the guys after the batch trip, I'm like I have now acquired a sleep deficit
Yeah.
and I will have to
Quite.
pay that due
Oh,
this
quite, quite,
week
quite, quite, quite.
with naps and extended sleep hours before
Yes.
I feel normal. And
Yes.
when I feel normal, then I can operate.
Yes.
So I'm going to be at like disadvantage, groggy, and
Yes.
freaking fucked up all
Yeah.
week until I
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
And I took 3-hour naps like
Yep.
4 days in a row. You
Damn.
know,
Had to
you
make
know,
up for lost time.
yeah, yeah.
And you still slept
When you,
during the night?
oh yeah, 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 yeah. Well, at
Damn.
that point, I still had the leftover legacy vape that was for the
Ah.
trip,
Ah.
which always disrupts my sleep patterns.
Ah.
But when I have it, literally, if I put it in the car,
Oh.
I sleep through the night. If
Mm.
I throw it away, I just feel so much better.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Good.
I'll sleep through the night, just like clonk clonk, and then just
Yeah.
wake up. Oh, hey,
Yeah.
like okay,
Yeah.
but with it anywhere within the apartment,
Negative ghostwriter.
negative. Like I'll wake up like 3
Shut her
times,
down.
4
Shut her
times.
down. Shut her down.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Sorry, can't do it no more.
Yeah, that's good.
Unfortunately,
Say no to drugs.
say no. Yeah,
Say no.
say
Say
no.
no. Oh.
Ah.
You know what else I did?
What else did you do, Brittany? What else?
Well,
Hey, what else did you do, Brittany?
so
Brittany, what else? I do not know.
I've been baking. I've
You're
been
baking?
baking.
Yeah.
Just baking. Like a
Biggity
hell of
baby
a thing.
bacon.
Making macarons, trying to. Oh God,
Yeah.
they're gonna be the death of me. But I've been nailing cheesecakes, nailing tiramisu, all the things. Well, I talked to Brennan when he comes in, and I love it when Brennan comes down and just chats it up. He's the best.
Yeah.
And so this man used to like play at jazz clubs, like piano.
Ooh.
And he's a
the
theater
jazz.
kid.
You like jazz?
You like jazz? You like
You like
jazz?
jazz?
You like jazz?
You like jazz?
And so he's like, yo, and they have a piano in their house. And he's like, yo, dog, I've got a keyboard, weighted keys in my garage. It needs to be played. And I think playing is therapeutic. And I feel like you should borrow
Brittany,
it
did
for a
you
few
say
months.
weighted keys?
Yeah, it's nice.
And it's a full 88.
It's a Yamaha. It's a big guy.
Yeah, but it looks like a full 88.
Oh,
when you
it's a
showed me.
full boy.
That's incredible.
It's a nice one. And then he's like, do you
I'm
have
so
a
happy
stool?
for you.
And I'm like, nah. And so I got a hunting stand. So that's nice. But yeah, it's got a whole stand, so it sits up. Yeah, the
There's no
stand's really
guitar
nice.
center anywhere near you in Effingham.
There's actually a few guitar stores.
Oh, yeah, they might
But
have the stools and stands and stuff for you.
I'm not buying shit.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I just used a normal chair, like a wooden
Yeah.
chair that I have,
See, and that's the
or
thing.
a
Like, I
folding
don't.
chair.
Yeah.
You just don't have
I
chairs.
just have like a. I have like a throne Victorian chair, which would be okay.
Yeah. So I mean,
and then
anything
a
with
swivel
arms
chair.
kind of sucks as you throw your elbows and are trying to play the piano.
Okay,
Like
so then nay.
you just need something without.
And then I've got a swivel chair.
Because
Nay.
I used to play with my
That.
computer desk, for college and stuff, and then sometimes I'd be like,
yeah,
and it'd be
that.
so stupid.
Can't have that. So I'm excited
have a
to play with
keyboard.
that. I have a keyboard
That's
for
super
a hot minute.
exciting.
And I had brought back my root beer rag and my.
You brought back the root beer rag.
Yeah, and Bumblebee.
Nice.
For this reason. He had talked about it before and dropped that line. And then now we are a month later.
If you need any other sheet music, just let me know and I can search for it and try to find it and provide it to you.
That
I
would
can
be
also
a delight.
make copies of all the sheet music that I have. If you want to learn anything, I think I still have some of the finger power books, which are always just kind of fun to do again. Like
that would be good.
Like you just feel your fingers. You're like, oh shoot,
yeah,
these are
would
actual
be good
muscles.
For my fingers.
These are
I also
real
need
muscles.
to get this like spider out of there. It keeps crawling out the top.
Don't.
It's a little guy though.
You have a spider living inside your piano.
I think so. I like set it up, and he kind of crawled out, and then we looked at each other, and I'm like, "Sup, dog?" And then I haven't really seen him since. So I don't know if he's gone back in there. Or like maybe he's just around my apartment. I don't know, but got a new Spidey friend.
You should name it Steinbeck, like the piano.
Yeah, I got that reference.
You got it.
I got it. Thanks so much.
That was dumb. That was bad.
So yeah, I'm gonna try, like doing that. Hopefully I need to like, do that. I gotta clean it a little bit more. He wiped it down, but I think it needs a little more Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
It's a little garage dusty.
Yep.
But all good. Hey, I will take
I
it. I
I
will
have
take
my little
it.
duster right here readily available, and I just go over
Yeah,
my
where'd you get
keyboard.
that?
From you, actually. I think I stole it
Yeah, you definitely stole it from me.
because
It
I
was in
was
my
going
car.
to think about this.
You little biatch.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
needed it. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
you needed it, so you had to take it.
So I
Of
took it.
course. I mean, you needed it.
I'm
You
sorry.
you just needed it
I
for
just
sure.
needed it. But that's
Awesome.
awesome.
I was
That's
wondering.
good. So, I mean, in the morning, well, yeah, I use it all the time.
Cool,
Um,
cool, 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 cool.
on all of my musical equipment.
Yeah.
My morning routines
Oh
have
yeah.
been.
I just remembered something, but please go. Please go.
I
Please
was
go.
just gonna say my morning routines involve just playing guitar and drinking coffee, and then I just kind of jam
How
a little
lovely.
bit, and it's awesome. It's so
Yeah.
much fun. I'm
Yeah.
just like silent. I'm just sitting there. I'm just doing that for a little bit, and then I took up check Reddit, and then I check now finance Yahoo Finance again for some GameStop news, and then I just keep playing.
Mm,
It's pretty good. Then when I
might
come
have to
home
wake
from
up at
work,
like 5:08.
why?
Play some piano before I walk. You can't cut
Um,
into walking time. There's no way.
yeah, yeah, I
Fuck
can't do
that.
that.
But
Yeah, yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
continue.
But it is crazy how much improvement has happened from simply doing something a little bit every single day. Just a little dab will do you every
That's
single day. The
all
daily
that will do
discipline,
you.
but especially if you do something right before bed and then right when you wake up.
Mm.
Like I think that strategy of me coming home after work, jamming a little bit, putting it down, but then right before bed, like the last half hour of watching TV or Netflix, I'm just like jamming a little bit. Then I wake up and then do it a little bit while drinking coffee. Like that for a couple years has been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me imagino.
Yeah.
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 That's
But
awesome. Good for you.
I did purchase another music stand because the first one I got is now just holding the loop machine, and that is a
Okay.
great place. It's very sturdy, good music stand.
Okay.
So I got a second one, so I can actually use it for standing up and playing and doing sheet music and stuff. So
Yeah.
now I actually have no excuse not to dive into my music lesson books
Yeah.
that I have been putting off for 2 years of jamming.
Yeah. But of course
Yeah,
you'll
so I
need
should
something
actually
else.
learn what the fuck I'm doing.
That would be good before you buy
Learn
more
more than
shit.
one scale and a couple chords. Hey,
Yep.
but I'm good at that one scale.
I bet you are. I bet you are.
What was your epiphany? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
What was your
Oh
epiphany?
my God.
Eureka.
Eureka. Eureka. Okay.
Eureka.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. At the Fairy Fest. Okay.
That's the Fairy Fest.
I am working Reggie. It's probably like, I don't know, like past 4 o'clock, I think. And I'm working Reggie.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like 3:45, somewhere in there. Anyways, my neighbor steps up. Tanya. Hi, Tanya. And I'm like,
Hey,
oh,
Danielle.
hey, Tanya. And she's so sweet. She's getting a smoothie for her and her friend. And her friend has a booth out there. She's like, so when you're out there, shout out. I'm like, okay, sick. So I go out there not too long after, and Tanya and my friend Sasha were in the same grade, same class together. And so
Okay.
was this other girl, Danielle. Okay. So they're all three standing there talking with Sasha's husband, Clint, and the boys over there. And I'm like, oh, yo, my peeps. So I'm standing there talking to them, and Tanya and Sasha just kind of like look at me and they're like, and I'm like, okay. They're like, I think you need another plant. And I'm like, I don't think I need, what are you talking about? And
No.
they're like, okay, there's a big monstera up here. Danielle's like, she doesn't want to take it home. It's big. It's a lot, you know. And I was like, I don't think I need this
I
one.
don't need it,
I don't think I need this one. Like,
but I
no. And they're like,
might. I might want
Brittany.
it.
And I'm like, ugh. And then I keep like sucking on it. And I'm like, okay, well, how much would it be? She's like, $50. And I had seen like the price tag said $100 when I went to go look at it. And I'm like, okay, $100, $50. And I have looked at Monsteras before, and they are
And
hefty prices.
expensive.
And so I'm like, but then I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, that's like a good plant. And for $50, like I do think, and this is like a healthy, big, the pot is big, it's just like, I'm convincing myself at this point. I'm
Yeah,
going down it. I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Justifying it
time has
just
gone by.
logically, like,
Yep. Oh, completely. And
yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
gone.
you know what? I could
I want
do
it.
that. I'm down. I didn't spend at the ferry market, I actually
Yeah,
did buy a few records. I did go to a booth and they had used records. And so I
nice.
did buy a few of those. Like Johnny Cash Greatest Records Volume 1, Jerry Lee Lewis. I got a CCR
Hey,
Green River album. And then I
hey.
got a Simon and Garfunkel Bridge Under Troubled Water, but it's like the Korean or like some sort of Vietnam
Oh,
pressed
yeah,
or
yeah,
something like that.
press, and
So
it's, like, has the weird cover.
it has a weird
I shouldn't
cover
yeah,
or like, the lettering
like,
funky,
different
whatever. I don't
yeah.
care. All great, all great, all great. So I got those. At a ferry market, I bought vinyls and a plant. Classic Brittany. So
Woo!
okay. So I'm like, they're talking me in this plant. We're also just like talking as human beings. Okay, great. All good. Everybody knows each other. Great. And then I'm like, okay, if nobody buys this, I'll buy it. Like if nobody buys it, I'll buy it.
Yeah,
Thinking I got like an hour, someone will freaking buy it. Like I don't, whatever.
yeah.
Like a half an hour goes by, and we're just like standing there chit chatting. And I'm like, okay, I want to like walk around this thing. Can I just Venmo you $50? Like whatever. I'll just commit at this point. I'm sold. I'm whatever.
Whatever.
I'm whatever. I could fuck with this plant. So, okay, not a minute later, this girl comes over and she's like, "Hi, I'd like to buy the Monstera." And they all look at me and they're like, "Well," and I go, "Oh, absolutely. Definitely for sale." And they all look at me and they're like, Pretty. And I'm like, no, this bitch is about to pay $100. Like, this is a great sale. I'm paying half price. Think
Yeah,
businessy women
yeah,
right
think
now.
business, like, what
Think
the
business.
hell?
I'm like, absolutely. You can have this plant. Take it right meow. So she takes the plant and Danielle's like, yo, if you want a Monstera, I can get you one. I have a few at my house. She's like, come out to my house. And she's like showing me pictures of all these big ones. And they're like big ones, like nicer than this one. And I'm like, okay, I've now committed to this Monstera. Like, I'm in. So I go out to her house and she lives with her parents. And in this this house is gorgeous, but the yard is incredible. This pool is like terraced with flowers and hostas all around it. I mean, it's like stunning. And then under this shade tree is like all these potted massive monsteras. And I'm
She's
like,
been, like, propagating them
damn,
for days
she's
because
been
they're hella
propagating.
like, you sell them here and there at the flea markets, like,
Exactly.
that's a little bear there.
And that's a good plant. People buy, and for $100, people buy it, obviously,
Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, man, I almost killed Cat and Lenny's, like, it just kept deteriorating, and I was researching it and how to take care of it, trying to do, like, using a spray bottle and shit. Just, like, one leaf just went away, and I'm like, "Oh, no, like, they better get back soon." I just don't want this plant to die on my watch.
Now I've got mom into all the self-watering bulbs because she was starting to kill some
Yeah.
indoor plants, and they're changing her life, and they would
Oh,
change
yeah.
yours too, like really,
Yeah.
if you have your
But I
plants
just
on lock,
yeah, I just feel them. I
you
just feel
feel
them.
them.
and
Yeah, I do
they
that with my
speak to
spider
me. I
plant.
don't know.
My
Like
spider
the other
plant's got some, what are they called? Like, scales is what they're called, and they're kind of like a mite little thing, but then they, like, build all these colonies, and then they have, like, orange, like, sticky they get fucking sticky. So I touch my plant, it's sticky, I'm like, "Oh, my poor baby." So I go get this, like, all-natural spray, and it's got all these types of oils in it and whatnot, and so I'm having to spray that baby down once a week, and and I have to, like, let it drip, and I have to get
Let
it on
drip.
these spots. Gotta kill these things. Oh, Trixie, though, she's a beauty.
Yeah.
Can't let her go.
Mine are doing good. The
Yeah.
yeah, the prayer plant that I had that used to be very viney and droopy over, I had to trim all those because all of those little shoots died.
Mm,
But that trimming action and then just kind of watering it, what I think is excessive,
yeah.
but it loves. It has now shot up again and is doing all sorts of things and flowering. So
Wow.
last time that thing flowered for like 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
just kept going, and I was like, "What is going on?" I
My
don't know how it does
prayer
it.
plant is
Yeah,
ginormous.
and then, like, my polka dot begonias going
Oof.
ham. I have one more shoot that's kinda coming up and
Dude,
then coming over,
your polka
but
dot begonia is impressive.
yeah, I just don't understand it. I just keep watering it,
Yeah,
like
that's all you
it
need.
comes over and then sometimes it'll lose the leaf, and then I'm like, "Is it that bad?" But then it's not, and it just keeps going. I'm like, "Okay,
Okay.
okay, sure."
Whatever you want to do,
Yeah,
girlfriend.
at some point, like, I'll chop it up and I'll propagate it, but,
Yeah.
I don't have money for the pots to do all that, but I have, now kind of a wait list for propagations from that polka dot begonia,
Oh,
um, so that's nice.
that's cool.
That's fun.
That's fun.
But, while you were growing green, I was growing a different type of green, and I gotta talk about it before we sign off today.
Yeah.
So, some big news in the GameStop corner.
I thought you were
It
gonna talk about
is
a weed plant that you were growing. This
no,
is
no, no.
hilarious. You're talking about
No, but
money.
I'm talking about green dildos, yes. Big old green
Yeah,
dildos
let's
on
talk about green dildos.
Yahoo Finance. No, I did have that little tiny weed plant that grew, that one little
Yeah, you have a
nuggy
little
bulb,
like
and then I hung it up and I cured it for like 2 weeks, and it was
mm.
one bowl that was, 2 hits.
How
And
was
then it
it?
was
How'd
like,
it taste? What were your
it
notes?
was tasty. It was good.
Mm.
It
It's
was whatever.
tasty. Does it grow
I
back? Do you
wasn't
have more? Do you know? You just need seeds.
no, each plant needs a seed to
I
grow.
didn't know. I feel
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
oh,
so
oh.
female plants are the ones that grow the bud. So that's why you don't have
Mm,
typically seeds in your bud.
heard.
Male plants is the one that produces the seeds. And then,
Ah, 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 ah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So most of the weed that you get is like auto feminized. So it is one of the few um, gendered plants.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very unique plant.
Hmm.
It's an awesome, fascinating subject
But
that
let's talk
we
about that
shall
other
get to.
green. That green
Um,
good. That
that green,
green
green,
goddess.
good. So last time we talked, D fucking value had posted his YOLO post on Reddit that showed his
Yeah.
monster position with both 5 million shares and 120,000 contracts. As of today, it was quite funny. It was hilarious. He posted on Twitter, now X, I guess, the clip of Dune 2 where fucking Paul Atreides jumps and like calls the giant worm, and
Mm,
then like goes down and fucking
yes.
starts riding, and everybody's like, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, that's the biggest fucking worm, and this little fucking scrawny guy just fucking conquered it. Well, at that exact same moment, the ticker price started to go nice, a little in the green,
Little bump, bump, bump.
little bump, bump, bump. And then people are watching this all as a hawk, because this morning at 10 a.m. Central Time was the annual shareholder meeting in Galveston, Texas. Now, this is broadcasted out to shareholders, and then there's usually a bunch of YouTube and Twitch channels that are streaming it. Nobody could access it. Nobody could get on it. The servers crashed because so many people were trying to access and listen to their shareholder meeting. This is so big, Brittany.
Wow.
Like, this is yeah, and they're hosted on AWS. It's not like it's just a rinky-dink little website, but it is kind of concerning that this is computer share, which we all have DRS shares in as the last resort. And during MOAS, we want to make sure the servers are up if we so happen to want to sell a single share for $40 million, that type of shit. But shareholder meeting, they get on an hour late, and they say, due to technical difficulties, meeting is now adjourned and will be rescheduled for at a later date. Done.
Wow.
Gone. So it's now scheduled for the 17th
Of
June. Of June. Okay. Yeah. Yep. So then today, we are all wondering when Deep Fucking Values is going to exercise these call options. If he's going to exercise, if he's going to sell, what he's going to do with these call options. Which again, if he, as like last time, it is the option to exercise for 100 shares at that specific price.
Mm-hmm.
So they still have to buy those shares with money. So we found out right before this podcast, he put his next YOLO post up.
Mm-hmm.
The dude sold about 2/3 of his contracts for a hefty premium, made a bunch of money, and used all that money to then exercise the last remaining third, and then added all that. So now he has 9,100,000 shares of GameStop.
Damn.
Valued at $265 million. Plus, he still has that $30 million in cash. So the dude's sitting on $300 million. So every single dollar change in the value of GameStop moves his portfolio up or down $9 million. Isn't that insane? So if it goes up by $4, that's 9 million times 4 up, and then if it goes down, and for GameStop, it goes up and down by 30-40%. The dude's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Just
like
letting it ride.
He now owns the same specific number of shares as Ryan Cohen did when he purchased a bigger stake in order to then become an active investor and then CEO. But with the dilution that just took place, which raised GameStop, just did an at the money stock offering, and sold 45 million shares and just raised $2.13 billion. So now they're sitting on a cash reserve of $4 billion, which per share is like $10 per share, which is insane. They have more cash on hand than Target.
Holy shit.
And it's just like, and then this fucking investor guy. So now he owns 2.1% of GameStop. This one individual man. This one.
What a guy.
Son GME. Le son GME. Le son GME. Le son GME.
Oh my god.
MOAS is upon us. But it seems like he might have done a switcheroo. All of his call options were for the 21st, and then it looks like somebody offloaded all of those for a hefty profit and then bought a whole bunch of really in the money options, which are super cheap because they're most likely not going to be exercised and not worth much, for tomorrow. So he was able to use the profit to buy other options to then exercise those at a smaller price in order to have basically exercising them at a strike price of $23.
Okay.
Insanely genius move. Like, this guy is going to go down in financial history as one of the best singular individual traders of all time.
Damn. I don't even know.
Like, oh my gosh, I'll have to study this event and write history books about it and teach it in the classroom in fucking 40 years.
There you go, Professor Matthew, coming at you.
Holy fuck.
Looking forward
it's
to
insane. It's insane. So, yeah, earnings or annual shareholding meeting now scheduled for the 17th, and he has now 9 million shares.
Damn.
And if you don't have a ticket to the rocket, get one now.
Buy a share today.
To the moon. This is not financial advice. Vesting has its own risks. Everybody use your own due diligence.
But I highly recommend.
Buy GME, hold GME, DRS GME, live GME, fucking buy whatever you want at GME, and fucking let's go.
Let's go.
Don't sell until it looks like a phone number.
Amen.
Zen.
And I think that's ciao for now.
That is.
Don't sell it till it's a phone number.
Ciao for now.